Okay, so I'm in Owl3D link again, and I was just gonna take another look. So I set my desktop at 4K, and the thing that's worth noticing is that it's not doing 4K. So if we check the video stats, it's at 5120 by 1440. So it looks like it just it won't do 4K. So 2160. Um, the Now, like the thing I want to try there is those just different resolutions to see about if that improves the frame rate. Like right now it's showing me in like mid 20s, I guess. Sometimes it drops down to 20. Sometimes it gets up to close to 30. I guess I need to start playing the game, but I want to see if I drop all the way down to like 720 if it frames per second improve. I would assume it would. But like as far as my network, I've got a mesh network. I don't have a standalone router, but it is Wi-Fi 6, and it's got a 2.5 gigabits per second wired backplane. And so, like my mesh node that I'm connected to here is maybe 10 feet away, and I get a solid. I'm locked on 6 gigahertz and I think 2400 megabits per second, just locked on that's what virtual desktop shows, or the Wi-Fi setting shows as 6 gigahertz. Excellent. Now it's interesting that my bandwidth is bouncing around here. I don't know what that bandwidth is. Is it what my streaming bandwidth is or my connection? Not entirely sure. But my connection should be solid. But let's try to. We'll try this again. I'm assuming this is basically unplayable at 1440. Last time I didn't have my network fully wired, so it might be better, but the latency was just too much. I mean, I didn't think
Main menu.
I think I got confused by my other touch controller. Okay.
My collection.
XArcade 2TV.
Adventureland!
Single player and hot.
Welcome to Adventureland!
I mean, it looks good, but it's not moving. It's like 15 frames per second. My bandwidth has gone up to 30 megabits per second. 60. So I guess the bandwidth is what it's having to stream.
Next time.
Yeah, it's just super slow. Frames per second, I'll just put that up. 15.
Ball saved!
I mean, yeah, this is unplayable at 1440. Or 4K down to 1440.
Lost.
Alright, so I'm going to exit this and I'll come back at... okay, so I'm back at 1080. Try another test. So hopefully the frames per second are at least above 20 this time. Alright, switch into the XArcade 2TV.
My collection.
Adventureland!
Single player and...
Alright, so this is weird that my desktop resolution is 1080, but now it's changing it to 1088. The video is proper full side by side, 1920 times 2. But the 1088 is weird. Frames per second at least is above 20. It's not quite a solid 30 so far. Let's play.
Next time.
The coasters are extended.
I mean, it's not good, but it's playable.
Did I have a really big balloon?
So yeah, I mean, it gets up to 30 periodically. I mean, the 3D looks good. That's what I like about Owl3D. The quality has always been top notch, and
The extensions are closed.
they've just been speeding it up over time. So right now, like 1080, I wouldn't play Pinball or anything needs to be fast. But if I was playing a game that was maybe locked at 30 frames per second, I might do this. It's almost there, and it would probably look great.
Don't let it fly away.
I'm gonna come back and we'll try 720. Okay, so I'm back at 720, and already, the image looks soft. Well, frames per second is low just sitting here, but I think there's sometimes if I'm not sitting, if I don't have focused, frames per second seems to be down. I don't know what that is about, but so it may just know that if I'm not focused on it, it doesn't need to render as heavy. I don't know if that's it, but so this one's weird. It got the width full side by side width correct, but the height instead of 720, it's now 736. So where 1080 was off by 8, 720 is off by 8 times 2. That's just weird. I feel like that's a programmer error. It's always off by 1. How do I center this? Okay, but let's try it. See if the frames per second are better. I would expect they would already be higher, but maybe not. I was hoping frames per second would be over 30 here, somewhere closer to 40.
My collection.
Adventureland!
Single player.
Okay, I'm seeing more green this time. So, yeah, there's Dip Thunder. Come on. I mean, it just looks bad. Like those, the strings on the balloons are just totally jagged misses.
The Sky Eye is ready to fly.
I haven't done this. Should we?
Can I have a really big balloon?
I see it going over 30, I guess, more than it did at 1080, but not by much. And then there's a dip below, down to 24 point something. So, I think, I am wireless, so it's not a perfect test, but I've been going to virtual desktop in between the test resolution changes, and I'm always locked at 6 gigahertz 2400 per virtual desktop. It's not deviating at all. And then I don't have anything else going on in my network right now that would be messing with it. But it does seem to be that as you lower the resolution, you get slightly better frames per second, but not much. I was hoping there was a jump from
Hurry, time is nearly
1440
up.
to 1080 of about maybe 10 frames per second, but at 720, it's definitely not. I'm not seeing a 10 frames drop. Maybe 5 at times. Maybe that may just be pixely though. But I wouldn't play at 720. This looks too bad. If I had a 30 frames per second game, I would potentially play it at 1080. But I hope they just speed this one up. And I'll look at it again later.
Oh, lost!
That's all.